Yeah, and welcome to another lesson. I'm Brett Papa, and we have the one, the only, Andy Wood. Prepare to throw your guitar out the window. Just firewood. You're terrifying, dude. I saw you back in the day doing some like, what was it, Friedman, like in the NAMM booth, and I was like, good God, who is this dude? Who is this guy? And then now look at you. You're all over the place.
I can't get a mandolin gig. I'm a mandolin player that can't get a mandolin gig to save my life.
Is that your instrument of choice?
Well, I think instrument of choice is like, that's like choosing your favorite meal.
Right.
I can't do that. However, I think that's the instrument I've spent more time on.
Yeah. So do you find yourself like missing it when you don't play it?
I find myself in whatever gig I'm on craving the other thing that I'm not doing all the time.
That's a cruel twist of fate.
It is, but it's also, I think that's the only way one can maintain any sort of sanity as a sideman, hired gun, like whenever you're working for other people.
Yeah.
I think it's even applied to my own solo stuff these days, as like my solo stuff is very more guitar centric type of things.
For sure.
And occasionally I'll do a gig where I'm playing just acoustic for a female voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Because it's not what I'm doing all
different.
the time.
Yeah.
You know, I want whatever's different.
Yeah.
You know, which I think is pretty common. And I think that's why we all love guitar and love to learn different things. Yeah. Because we get stale, get tired of whatever we're doing.
Yeah. You got your own YouTube thing going on?
I'm a YouTubesman. I'm a new tubesman.
New tubesman. Yeah.
All
right, we'll leave the link down below. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. But go ahead. Tell us about the new tube.
Man, it's funny. A friend of mine who you probably know is Ben Eller, Uncle Ben.
Yes,
this is why you suck at guitar. And my joke to Uncle Ben is make him play bass for me. Tell the whole world why they suck at guitar.
Right.
But he has to play bass.
Yeah,
you know? So anyways, Ben had been on me a long time saying, dude, everybody's like watching your videos and you don't even have a chance. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, right.
So before pre-cove, I had a couple of months and I just started like putting, you know.
Little toe in the water.
Yeah. And then 2020 happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, let's go ahead and
It's like YouTube's a thing.
Well, it's funny because, you know, it was like I did more remote sessions, but there was something about the enthusiasm around, like, I think it was like my third episode of The Woodshed. And it was something like chicken picking Brent Mason basics or something like that. And everybody was like, dude, I've been looking for this thing. Yeah. So I was like, well, everybody seems happy. I'll do it. Yeah. You know, that's the way.
Right.
You know,
no, that's, well, you know, what's interesting too is a lot of times, and this is no knock on anybody, but a lot of times really good players doesn't necessarily mean you can explain the concept well.
That's
in a way
true.
That works, you know?
And in general, my YouTube is not really a lesson channel. We were talking off camera. Mine's a little bit more of like just an Andy Wood lifestyle kind of channel where it's just like lifestyle within the term of music.
Yeah. Which you got a lot of things going on. You got,
dude, I'm fortunate, man. Hashtag blessed.
Big gigs, 80s rock gigs. You got your own thing. You're like well-rounded.
Yeah, trying to,
Living
man.
a dream.
Trying to, brother.
All right, so how are we going to get mileage out of our own playing?
Yeah, so I think the thing that's very common with about anybody, and I'll switch over to a clean channel here, is that we think that we... What am I doing? We see the licks that we do a lot all the time. Like any kind of basic pentatonic stuff, and we kind of shortchange how much mileage we can get out of just the pentatonic box. For instance, let's just zone in on that for a second. Like when I think of pentatonics, and probably when a lot of folks think of pentatonics, they immediately default to whatever their pet lick is. Yeah. Right? Like, there's my pet lick, I did it, I hate pentatonics. Or, there's my pet lick, I did it, I know pentatonics. Yeah. Versus, like, for example, I listen to a lot of slide players. I'm not a great slide player, but I love the phrasing. Yeah. And you would take something like, regular guitar guy might go, turn the delay off. Slide guy might phrase that same thing.
Yeah, right. It's more spread out too.
Yeah, it's like, so getting mileage out of it. Let's take it from an intervallic standpoint here. We're going to take the framework, and this is, I think, everything kind of numerically, intervallically. Let's take the framework of the root, fifth. These are all chord tones, 5, 7, 1, minor third. Okay. Right? Let's just take the basic stuff. First thing I would do is look at where I want to start my phrase on, what I want to end it on, like how long is the beat or whatever. Once you decide that, let's say we're going to start on 7. We'll play from 7 to root to 5. That kind of phrasing. Now let's switch that into a kind of slide mentality. Okay. Like, and let's just take.
Yeah, man.
Same 3 notes. Yeah. Exactly the same 3. So I'm going to slow that down. Before we get into this, I am tucking the pick into my finger like this. Yeah. Because so much of slide phrasing comes from this thing. Yeah. So like, I love Derek trucks. Everybody loves Derek trucks. Everybody loves Ry Cooter, right? We all like Ry Cooter. Okay, Sonny Landreth. These guys are all the master of this. I'll tell you who else is really great undersung slide player. Jason Isbell.
Oh, dude, he's so good.
He gets all the love for his songwriting, but he's got the phrasing, and I always call it the dolphin flipper when they come in.
You know what's interesting about him too is he's got technique for days, but it's all done in a very musical, to the song way, you know?
Can't sing enough of that praising. Yeah. So all of those guys are getting so much of the tone from like this thing, you know, if you think of like Derek, you know, like
so like a percussive.
Yeah, so like that's one technique to play and get it to kind of work, and I'm using the top of my nails across the strings. Okay. The other one is the tucking the pick and rolling. It's more of a Dwayne kind of thing, right? Okay. So you're going to take the same 3 notes we talked about, super simple, 5, 7, and 1, and we're going to take it, but for ease, let's start with hammering on from 5 to 7. Not talking fret numbers, talking intervals. We're in the key of A. And then we're going to slide up to that A. Now here's the trick. A slide player never just plays a note. It's never just. Yeah. It's always got to fall off. The slide is like, even if it's not going somewhere else, the natural hand movement of a slide player has got that gospel kind of thing. So let's take that same thing again. Instead of playing regular guitar guy, more Skinnerdy, really. Let's take it from the. Right? So I'll try to do it as slow as I can. It's one of those things that you need to practice it fast. Yeah. And this is something I talk about a lot. When you're practicing, once you have it memorized in where the fingers go, it's time to practice it closer to tempo. So let's take it. Yeah. And there's the roll at the front, percussive, almost chicken pickany. Okay. And then I'm going to play the note with this finger.
Oh, okay.
So
there's 3 plucks before the 2 before the note.
So what's crazy is you're asking that because it's so deceptive to the ear. Okay. Right? Yeah. Even though that just sounds like whoa. Yeah. Right.
But that's a part of the sound though. That's a big like.
Dude, it's like go back and listen to any of the quintessential Fillmore, Eat a Peach. Yeah. It's all over it. Yeah. It's all that stuff.
Yeah, what are those, in case they don't know what those are?
Oh, dude, Allman Brothers. If you don't know, go get it. Get it yesterday. Yeah. Get that. I would think Feeling Bad Blues. Okay. So the thing that gets all the credit from Crossroads is. Yeah. You know Yeah. Right. So that gets all the credit. Yeah. Now, Ry Cooter did the Feeling Bad Blues. Yeah. And that is on that soundtrack. Get that. Okay. Get that yesterday. Yeah. Get Eat a Peach from the Allman Brothers. Yeah. Get that 2 weeks ago.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And then anything with Derek Trucks playing, specifically things recently, he's playing better now he's ever played in his life, like Tedeschi Trucks, Midnight Harlem, all that stuff's beautiful. Yeah. But anyways, a lot of this stuff comes from Dwayne Allman. And I'm not a slide player, but I love that sound. Yeah. And we're talking about getting more mileage out of your playing.
Absolutely.
Right? So let's take that again, and I'm going to do it one more time, and it's just this lick. Right? Now let's add another slide, really juice it up. Nice. Right? You can put a little bend in there. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Another one might be taking it all the way up to the minor third.
Show them that one slow, though.
Sorry.
Right. So you're up to the note and then, like the back.
Yeah. To kind of just, that's what separates us from the Neanderthals.
Right.
Is we can manipulate the pitch in all these different ways.
Exactly.
Keyboard players are limited.
Yeah, I know. Well, they got the little.
John Hammer can do his thing.
The guitar licks.
Yeah, you can Chick Corea somebody a little bit. But, okay, so let's juice it up again. Let's take that and move that up a notch. So now we're going to play minor third. We've all played that, and probably most of you guys might even think that you're bored with that. Juice it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, dude, you get that and you're like, take me to church.
Yeah,
Give me that church lick one more time.
Okay. Sure. Hey, man.
Dude, it's so good. So, obviously, I'm going to play most of this. I'm going to play all of it on one string.
Yeah.
And it's really tricky nailing the stops on the way back down. You got to stop at the right spot. So let's take same thing again. I'll try to do it as slow as possible. And that vibrato at the top can't be too wide.
Yeah.
It can't be Ingve.
Yeah.
It can't be that thing, but it can't be so narrow that it doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Well, because the slide vibrato is like, usually not very far apart.
And the one thing I can't do is descend the pitch.
Okay.
Right? We can't drop.
Yeah.
I can do it over here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's still not the same.
Yeah.
This is just a different sound. Even the guys that are really great at using the bar, guys like Beck, Jimmy Herring, it's a different kind of sound.
Yeah.
Right? So again.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
Right?
When are you going to bust that out, though? Like, what kind of a song would you drop that in? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. What's that? Do what that little action right there. So do you...
the big Derek one.
I don't know how he does that, dude. And his intonation is so
killer,
crazy.
So Greg Koch talked about it a little bit, and Greg thinks that another
terrifying
beast.
Yeah.
Greg thinks that there's some actual stopping of the slide on the fret.
Okay.
He has really studied it.
Yeah.
I can't verify. I've never talked to Derek. I've never talked to Derek, but I've never talked to Derek or seen anybody talk to Derek about stopping, like literally pressing. But
like pressing down on the bar.
So Greg thinks that there are moments where he's actually
like fretting
faux fretting.
Yeah.
Because think about the way Derek sounds, and the precision. It's very much like we're reverse engineering what he reverse engineered to come our way.
Yeah. Right.
As a non-slide.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it the other way, right?
Ironic.
And the things that I was playing here, like I was just playing a flat 5, taking all the standard stuff. Like if you grew up with Paul Gilbert.
Yeah.
Like those kind of licks, right? Yeah. Those kind of things. You can take the same intervals, right? And that's kind of like looking at it from flat third, 4, flat 5, 5, 6.
Are you, so one pick, all hammer-ons and pull-offs?
On the fast stuff?
No, when you do the slide stuff that you were just doing. Yeah. Okay. So
but now it can change.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Or if you have like the Statesboro lick.
That is amazing. Wait, do that again.
Those kind of things. You can really... I've really put way too much time into this.
You spent some time in your room, didn't
Love
you?
it, dude. I love it. Give me that all brothers.
Right, so give them something super simple to work on because it's mostly one string at a time in the beginning, right?
You guys know the intervals. You play this stuff all the time.
Yep.
You play.
Yep.
Take what you play, take what you know, and reimagine it.
Yeah.
Take. Like if we have a.
Yeah. It sounds so greasy and slippery.
Dude, it's got to.
It's like
it can't sound like you do when you do the Skynyrd stuff.
It's like Slide Van Halen.
Dude, I'll take it all day long. Eddie's one of my top 3.
Okay, well, now that you mention it, what are the top 3?
Eddie Van Halen, Tony Rice, Brent Mason, Case Closed. That's the 3.
Yeah.
That's the Trinity.
Yeah.
Now, the next level down, the round table, Arthurian round table gets bigger. You know, you got Steve Morse living in there.
God,
you know,
terrifying.
you got Eric Johnson's got to come in and hang out for a bit.
Yeah.
Jeff Beck, who somehow
just gets better.
Dude,
what is up with that?
Dude, the version he does of the
yeah, it's so good. So good. Yeah.
That's trying to do that thing and that slide thing, you know.
Let me ask you this, since you can kind of do everything. What do you think that somebody's better off spending more time learning other people's songs than practicing technique alone?
I think someone should learn what they love.
Yeah.
I'll give you 2 examples. Okay. You have a guy sitting in a room who's blazing through the quintessential all day, every day.
Yeah.
Trying to be rock disciplined.
Yeah.
Page 6.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Rock discipline.
Hey, I've got rock discipline.
You've been through it all.
There.
Yeah.
I know where John is.
All right.
Okay, so like, but what if you don't love that?
Yeah.
You're going to get really good at playing something that you can't apply. Mm-hmm. Versus the guy who plays Crazy Train every weekend. Yeah. He loves Crazy Train. He literally doesn't know another song. Yeah. But he loves Crazy Train. Yeah. That guy wins.
Yeah. Because he knows how to,
And it's not winning in the sense of who knows what more. It's who's having more fun.
Yeah.
That's the guy that wins. Mm-hmm. The reason Eddie Van Halen he had more fun on the guitar than anybody. Yeah. He enjoyed it more than literally anybody.
Yeah. And it was a whole package. I guarantee you spent just as much time on his rhythm.
Fun. Yeah. Fun was the number one thing. Yep. I want to make this rhythm fun. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to make this shuffle, and I'm going to do a terrible job right now. But like, have fun with it.
I think I've only met 3 or 4 people in my life that can do that song
and just with get it to swing.
Oh,
it's gotta
brutal.
Swing. Or like, that just sounds like a guy that's having more fun than you are. Yeah. And whatever he's drinking, you want. Right. You know?
What is in that water?
So like, again, going back to the slide thing, I learned that stuff and worked on it so hard and worked on all these like minuscule details because I think it sounds awesome. And it's just like, I just wanted to do it. It was just fun. And I knew that I wasn't going to get there with a glass slide and open tuning. I've spent my whole life playing on this. Yeah. Here's the other thing, Brett, is like, if I'm in the middle of a song and I want to do an Eric Johnson style phrase or like maybe something from my own gumbo and then want to put in one of those slide phrases, I want to stop the machine. Yeah. I just want that phrase to come out and then go back to business at hand. Yeah. Right? Like what if I was playing, I have it, like it's a brain fart moment, but like what if I'm playing one of my tunes like Truth and Lie and the outro's got this big solo. And I want to play all the quintessential rock licks, but then I want to come in with and the band drop down.
Yeah, a little more dynamic.
Like we as the guys I play with all the time, we do a lot of improvising. Like improvisation, if anybody comes to see me ever live, there's going to be so much improvisation. Yeah. I write my tunes from a standpoint of a bluegrass kid. Like I have the tune, then the guitar solo, and that can go however long I want it to go. Right. And then we come back and acknowledge the tune again. Yeah. You know, it's like it's the same if it's a That's the main melody, right?
Right.
Or like, you know, another one of mine is like. But there's
hold on, stop. What was that?
That's the head to my tune "Forgotten Secrets."
Okay, can we
shameless plug?
Can we do a slow version of that?
Yeah. So actually, this is one of those moments where like this head was written on mandolin.
Yeah.
And I brought it to the guitar.
Okay.
And most people think it's inspired by EJ. It's really not. It's inspired by the beginning of the Disney animated Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
It's got this melody. It's played out. Theirs is played out of G minor, and I'm trying to call it from memory, but it's like.
Yeah, right.
The stained glass window.
Yeah.
So it's got that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So like mine was inspired from that pedal tone on the top moving around. So it can be played going this way. But that's not what sounds cool.
Yeah.
So this is another moment of getting more mileage out of your playing. Find stuff. Even though it's the same intervals, find it to where it sounds better.
Yeah.
Like, listen. That doesn't sound as good as...
Yeah. Because you can.
As one does. It's framing the arpeggios. And it's something that you mentioned when we were setting up about the way fiddle players and mandolin players, they have access to arpeggios.
Yeah.
That are just easier because of the nature of the tuning. On mandolin, it's quite easy to play a really extended A major. On guitar, there's a lot of things that have to go into that.
Yeah, some
from
hurdles.
a mechanical
kind
of standpoint. So this is taking some of that same kind of thing. Taking basic stuff, B minor, and if you don't know it, you can take the D shape of B major.
Yep.
And if you don't know that, it's Jessica. Up a whole step.
That's right.
So take that. Now take that third, drop her down. There you go. Bing, bang, boom. Fifth. 1, 3, 5. And that's the main movement. And I'm doing string crossing.
Yeah.
That's how I'm doing it. It's so hard to play slow. I can't even do it slow.
What's normal speed?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Next part. So that's like that Steve Morse thing.
Yeah.
And if you ever learned
to... God. Dude, how does he do it? I don't... My buddy who edits all my videos for me, he's going to have a heyday because he's the biggest Steve Morse nut. Okay, so you've learned a boatload of tunes. Like
I just like music, man. Learn the stuff that sounds cool.
Yeah.
And it's a bit unfair. I was in a band in my early 20s. I started playing electric guitar when I was 18, 17, 18.
Yeah.
And then I was in a band in my early 20s. We were a rock band. But we did cover some fun stuff. We would cover a Dream Theater song every now and then. We covered Too Many Notes.
Yeah.
Covered Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We had a fun.
It's a challenge in there.
It's just like where I lived in East Tennessee. A lot of musicians in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the faux Branson.
Yeah.
So those guys would like get a kick. They'd be like, "Hey man, can y'all learn some Dixie Drag stuff?"
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we'd come back next week with
oh my God, they must have lost their mind.
All that kind of stuff.
Oh, that is so cool.
So yeah, I mean, just a bunch of fans. Just that's all it is, man. Yeah. And I mean, I must have learned more Brent Mason solos than yeah. I mean, I still learn them.
He's terrifying.
Dude, he's the best.
And he's still so good.
And here's the thing I'll say, like, there's so many guys that are so killer. Mm-hmm. You know, James Mitchell in town.
Oh, I don't know that. Who's that?
Oh, dude.
Yeah. All
Get
right.
wrecked.
Do tell.
Guthrie Trapp.
Oh, yeah.
You know, young kid from East Tennessee named Austin Crum, killing it. Like a lot of great telly players.
Yeah.
But good Lord.
Yeah, Brent's terrifying.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like... It's
the fact that he uses all of his fingers, I think a lot of people miss that.
Yeah, he's
his
got an
ability to
interesting
get
thing
around.
where, and that's another thing where my right hand technique developed was learning Brent solos, because Brent alternate picks by down with thumb, up with middle, down with thumb, up with ring.
So does he? Okay, so he
And the
switches
first
it.
finger's for the pops.
Yeah.
Like when he's doing the,
Yeah.
that's all first finger.
Okay.
So I was learning the Brent solos as a kid, and like take for instance one of the really challenging moments of the solo from Pick It Apart is that line.
Okay.
Right? So I learned it by going, it's a B flat 9.
Right.
B flat 7 out of 9. And the arpeggiation with Brent, because the fingers, it lays out a little bit easier as a fingerstyle player. So here it is with a flat pick. So down, up, down, middle,
Okay.
down. One more time. Down, up, down, middle, down. That's the whole line from Pick It Apart.
What on God's green earth was that? Wait, slow that one down.
I can't even teach that. Here's why. I need to not teach what is not mine.
Yeah,
that belongs to
Okay.
Brent. Now we'll teach you how I got around it.
Okay.
Because this is all Brent. But learning any of his stuff.
Wait, hold on. Let's do a Brent style specific lesson.
Okay, it's got to come from this lick right here. That's the quintessential thing that I heard in Pick It Apart, and I was like, that's the coolest sound I've ever heard in my life. That is the solo that made me want to pick up an electric guitar.
All right, we're gonna do that in round 2, but make sure you go to his channel down in the description box below. Subscribe, click the bell. Are you gonna post more?
AndyWoodMusic.com.
Yes!
You know,
right, of course.
get on that thing.
Insta, it's got all your socials.
It's got
there?
everything. And if you're interested, one of the things I offer on Patreon is once a week I do a masterclass via Zoom.
Nice.
So if you want to get in there and get some hang time with some fellow music lovers.
Topics covered.
Yeah, basically I run my Patreon as a request channel.
Oh, nice.
You tell me what you want, I make it, and then every Wednesday nights we get together on Zoom.
You aim to please.
Dude, just hang.
Good for
just
you.
a little hang.
All right, so make sure you check that out. Once again, thank you so much for joining. We'll catch you next time.